Okay, so let's see here. We've got here 8th house. So as I said, this house is normally associated with Scorpio. So this is endings and beginnings, cycles. So this can be cycle shifts. So ending of one cycle, beginning of another, or the ending of one chapter and the beginning of a new one. It can be related to a number of things. It could also be you finishing something and then starting something new, whatever is applying to you. 8th house is usually to do with the nuts and bolts of a committed partnership or relationship. So the partnership can be business, or the relationship can be obviously a love relationship, a commitment. This is a committed relationship. This is not a love affair. This is something that's where you are committed to one another and you have something in place. And this is the nuts and bolts of how that's going to come together, emotionally, materially, and so on. It's the nuts and bolts. How's it going to fit together? It's also about handling other people's resources. So this may be either your person or family members, or it may be a profession for you. This is also the house of finance, big finance. So this is to do with banking, accounting, investments, assets, insurances. Tax comes in with this, and also anything to do with setting up a legacy, or receiving a legacy, or setting up a legacy, or inheritance, if that's the case. Overall, it's normally to do with symbolically with death. It can be a physical death, hence the inheritance issue coming in, but it's normally a symbolic death. Now, this can usually be to do with ego. So this is especially if you're coming together in a relationship with somebody and you're putting the nuts and bolts of it together. Sometimes you have to go through an ego death in order to go about that ethically, and to create something good between you. But it can also be tackling various other types of issues around money and so on. It is also about birth, and this can be physical birth, but it's quite often associated with birthing something. So hence you have the endings and the beginnings, the ending of a cycle and the beginning of a new one. So you will be birthing. It can be regeneration and renewal. So this is like the phoenix rising up. Or it could be to do with health, or it could be to do with some other aspect, perhaps a business side or something else that's going on, regeneration or renewal. So if you are really in a committed relationship, then this can be the regeneration and renewal of that. So hence letting go of the past and bringing new things in. So all of these aspects come in, but for some of you, it may just be purely finance, and others it may be related to, the relationship or partnership side, but it can also be bringing in aspects to do with your psychic abilities or your psychic intuitions about things. They could really be enhanced at this time, especially with Uranus there. Uranus can activate that. So it's obviously about the genius within, and this can manifest in lots of different ways. So we have, as I said, we've got Uranus here, and we've also got Mary Magdalene, unconditional love. So if this is to do with relationship issues, then necessarily it may be, or partnership, it may be to do with that. The how you're going to put it all together, seeing and hearing things, and the money side of it, and how it's all going to work, and perhaps even dealing with other people's money. There's various aspects that can come in. Now with Uranus coming in, this is saying that expect the unexpected with this. So something could be coming in to do with the finances, or the relationship, or the partnership, or it could be some other something else that comes up, or it could just be you receiving a download or some kind of vital information which helps you to move forward. This can be a leap in consciousness. Okay, you could also be seeing aspects financially which you can then use to help others, but just make sure that it's coming from the right place. Okay, unconditional love. Unconditional love is giving love out to others and not expecting anything back in return. So this is about possibly humanitarian things, or dealing with things, or helping others, or helping your person or others that you may be managing finance for various ones, doing it in a way which is comes from a good solid base. It could also be just assisting your person with various things, or you could be seeing your person going through the 8th house, ending of a chapter and the beginning of a new one, or some sort of ego death and so on. And you may just be seeing that. Love yourself, others, and every situation, no matter what the outward appearances may be. So this could be related to your profession. You could be seeing various things going on. Uranus genius is very much about breaking free from something. It can be liberation from something. It can also be a leap of consciousness, as I say, or it could be access to technology of some kind. This can be advanced tech. It can also be rebellion coming in, just feeling restricted and wanting to break free from that. But it is all about change. Uranus brings that in, and it can be very swift. It can be like a bolt of lightning. As I said, it could be a download, a consciousness download, or seeing something like a realization or a perception shift, just understanding something really deeply at this time. And as I said, Mary Magdalene, come back to unconditional love. Obviously, if it's within your profession, then make sure that everything is above board. But it's saying love yourself, others, in every situation, no matter what the outward appearances may be. So try and do your best to come back to that energy, and let it govern your interactions here. Now we've got here the first house. So this is to do with your physical body, your actual physical body, but it can also be to do with your life force, your chi, your what you're radiating, your energy levels, just your basic demeanor, what other people see when they meet you or when they come in contact with you. What are you projecting outwards to them? What are they picking up from you? It can also be your personality, your characteristics, things like that. But it's everything to do with the self, your appearance, your physical body, your characteristics, and also to do with your own personal interests at this time. So now you have got past independent here. So it could be that you have your own set of interests and things that you like to get on with. And if you are entering a relationship or you're in a relationship, it's a good idea to maintain those, to keep them up, because it keeps you whole and interested in your own things. And it just brings freshness and energy into your life. So all of these aspects, it's also about how you meet things in your life, how you move forward into your experiences. What sort of, how are you setting sail on your boat? How are you navigating? It's what you're projecting out into the world. It governs your first house. And obviously what affects you in your physical self, is going to affect any relationship that you're in, because the two are, your person that you're with is a reflection. So, those two are always going to be, in this, combined. Now we have got here, Venus love. So we have got love here for you. Love is here for you. And, it can also be, if you're not in a partnership, it can also be to do with self-love. So this can be pouring what you would normally pour into a relationship, or to your best friend, or to your whatever else that you've got going for you. Bring it back into yourself as well, because then you fill your cup up and then you can give to others. You can't come from a cup that's empty. You just won't be able to give. What it will end up being is being more like a resentful martyr type situation. You don't want to go into that. So fill up your cup. Make sure that your cup is full, and then you can share it with others. Venus is all about love, obviously, or all the many expressions of love. But it is, expressions of love for others, but also for yourself. And it can also be to do with beauty and refinement. So this could very well be indicating that a makeover is required on a simple basis. That's exactly what it can be. Making over yourself. So changing the way you're dressing, or perhaps getting a new haircut, or just changing something about your external self. And also just remember, whatever love you're giving to yourself is so within, so without. So whatever you are giving yourself within, it will reflect outwards, and that is what you will project outwards to others. So love yourself, and then others will pick up on that as well. It can also be about refinement of some sort. So it could be that you are understanding certain issues about the love of yourself, and also how you can share it with others, what you're projecting to others, what others are going to pick up, how are they going to pick it up, what are they seeing. Everything around that. It can also be all kinds of things related to the beauty industry maybe coming up for you. It's also about, handcrafts, things like that may come in. Maybe it's a hobby of yours, an interest of yours, something that you can actually, enjoy, but actually, perhaps expand in some way, or use it to help you relax. anything that is creative and beautiful, and something that you can get involved in, and something that's going to enhance, your it's a hobby or an interest of yours. It can also be about a windfall. Maybe a windfall is coming in for you, and if that's the case, then make sure you spend something on yourself. Give back to yourself, whether it's in clothing or a makeover or a nice massage or a spa day, whatever it is. Make sure you love yourself first with this, and then you can give to another. There is some spontaneity here, as I said. So with Freya, bold, I feel that this is going to be the situation. Use a little bit of the spontaneous energy, and give back to yourself, and then surprise perhaps your person if that's what you want to do, or if you're in a relationship. It's about, doing things without premeditation, just doing it because it feels good and it feels right and it's enjoyable, and it's going to be good for you to do that for yourself. Freya is saying, bold, unleash your adventurous side, take risks and be daring. So this is very much about your first house, how you're navigating, how you're moving forward into experiences in your life. How are you setting sail? How are you navigating? What are you projecting to others? What are they going to see? What energy are they going to pick up? What is your demeanor? All of these things. So this could very well be you are trying to attract love into your life. But as I said, remember, you must come from a full cup. Give to yourself first, then you can share it. So it could be that you just need to be a little bit more adventurous. Perhaps try different activities, change your look. It can also be just flirting. Freya can be very much about flirting, being a bit more vivacious, being a bit more outgoing, or just talking about your interests and your hobbies to another person, getting involved in a group that focuses on that. So take risks and be daring. That's what she's saying.